We can, okay. Think we're good.
Syaira is on, Putri?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, mantap. Oh, Syaira also can use Putri's handphone. Okay. Use Putri Zoom if it's not ready yet. Okay. Maybe we can accept first lah. Yeah, please attend this.
Okay.
Wow.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 5th ASEAN Energy Youth Awards, or AEYA Masterclass Webinar. And this year, 5th ASEAN Energy Youth Awards is presented by Sarawak Energy together with ASEAN Centre for Energy. And it's a pleasure to have everyone here joining the Masterclass Webinar today. My name is Syahira Syahputri, and I'm the Business Development Officer from ASEAN Centre for Energy. Now it's already 8:30 past 1. So let's start the webinar today. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, first, let me welcome Hajah Siti Aisyah Ademnan. She is the Senior Vice President of Corporate Services from Sarawak Energy to deliver the first opening remarks. For Hajah Siti, please, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Putri. Good morning. Assalamualaikum to our participants, youth innovators, distinguished speakers and friends. And as well, a special thanks to ASEAN Centre of Energy, ACE, for joining us today. Welcome to our Masterclass webinar for the 5th edition of the ASEAN Energy Youth Awards, AEYA 2025, organized by ASEAN Centre for Energy, or ACE, in collaboration with Sarawak Energy. This webinar is designed to equip our young minds with the knowledge, inspiration, and tools needed to participate in AEYA 2025, carrying the theme Powering ASEAN Future Youth, Innovation in Hydropower and Renewable Energy. This competition provides a platform that not only allows our youth to share their insights, but also give them a seat at the discussion as we make progress in shaping a sustainable energy future. The growing global demand for energy necessitates urgent action from all of us, but this cannot be solved by tackling the issue alone. Through this competition, we are engaging today's youth, our bright future leaders, as we work towards resolving the energy trilemma of balancing energy security, sustainability, and affordability. Ladies and gentlemen, as Sarawak's primary power utility and Malaysia's largest renewable energy developer, Sarawak Energy is committed to achieving prosperity and growth for the region. Owing to the strong support from our Sarawak state government and our abundant natural resources, of over 60% of Sarawak energy comes from renewable hydropower, generated from our large hydro plants, namely Batang Air, Bakun, and Murung. Sarawak renewable energy journey was possible due to our early focus in hydropower. We need our future talent to be invested in the renewable energy and sustainability sectors. We believe that experts in the renewable energy and sustainability sectors will be one of the key enablers in addressing the energy trilemma. As such, we are continuing to power our community's growth, especially in education and young people, as evident as one of our main social investment pillars. By investing in our communities, we ensure that we are developing the next generation of leaders while progressing towards a greener future. Aligned with this, Sarawak Energy is pleased to co-host AEYA 2025 with the ASEAN Centre for Energy, as we are certain our youth has the power to transform ideas into actionable impacts. AEYA will be an exciting avenue for our participants to shape the next phase of the ASEAN Plan of Action for Energy Cooperation, APAEC, while furthering the younger generation's interest in science, technology, and engineering and math, or STEM. The winner of AEYA 2025 will have the opportunity to present their submission at the Sustainable and Renewable Energy Forum, or SAREF 4.0, in Kuching, creating a powerful space for young voices to share insights and make significant contribution to tackling ASEAN's energy trilemma. So SAREF 4.0 will be happening in Kuching on the 3rd and 4th of September this year. It is actually Sarawak Energy's biannual thought leadership platform that brings together leaders, experts, industry players, and change makers across ASEAN and beyond to discuss sustainable development, clean energy, and climate action. For SAREF 4.0, the theme of Partnership for a Goal, Sustainable Growth and Prosperity from the Regions, underscores the importance of collaboration to achieve our collective goals of ASEAN's sustainable energy future. As we work towards a cleaner energy future, we must ensure that the youth is not excluded from the conversation, but instead empowered to contribute. I invite all of you, the future leaders of tomorrow, to join the conversation and share your insights. Take up the challenge and fully utilize this space to learn, explore, grow, and network. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because the best lessons are learned through them. Transitioning towards a greener energy future requires all the help we can get, and that includes all of you. Once again, thank you to ACE for inviting Sarawak Energy to speak at this Masterclass webinar. I hope this session inspires you to take part in AEYA 2025 and spark fresh ideas to power the conversation that can determine our collective future. Make the most of today's insight from our speakers. Take notes, ask questions, and be curious. I look forward to hearing your ideas and seeing you at SAREF 4.0. Thank you. Back to you, Putri.
Yeah. Thank you, Haji Siti, for delivering a wonderful opening remarks and also highlighting the importance of youth for energy transition in the future, and also a brief introduction to SAREF, or the Sustainable and Renewable Energy Forum, which the awardees of this fifth ASEAN Energy Youth Awards will be announced, and also one of the prizes for our awardees as well. Thank you once again, Haji Siti. And now we will move forward to the next opening remarks. May I invite Dr. Andi Tirta. He is the Head of Corporate Affairs from ASEAN Centre for Energy. For Dr. Andi, please, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to all of you. Thank you, Shahira and Haja Siti, for the welcoming remarks. First of all, I'm really excited to have all of you here today, this morning. We will have the speaker from Pak Todi and also Dr. Zul that will give us very special things for maybe this is very special because it's coming from the first party that really work with the area of the renewable energy. And I'm also very excited to meet all of you because I would like to share one story. Oh yeah, I forgot my mention. I'm working in the ASEAN Centre for Energy. Right now, I'm heading one department of the corporate affairs and also chairing one event in the October. We call it the ASEAN Energy Business Forum, and we are very happy right now working with the Sarawak Energy Berhad and also to support the SAREF 4.0. Okay, let's continue. Why I'm very excited because right now there are hundreds of people joining this webinar, and most of you, I believe, the youth. Haja Siti, me, and also we are the youth as well. We are forever young, so never getting old. But we are very happy because right now we meet the real youth with the age around 15 to 35. Why I'm happy, I would like to share to you that the energy sector is very open for everybody. For example, in my office, the office name is ASEAN Centre for Energy. you know what? The people that working in our office is not always coming from the engineering background. We have some colleagues from the law. We have colleagues from the international relations. Even my friends are working in the energy sectors. He is coming from uh, ilmu hadis. It's like Islamic background things, and he is working in our office as a designers. So there are plenty of the activities, opportunities for people that would like to make their future in the energy. I remember one quote my friend said, there are three things that will be not ended until the end of the world, until the Armageddon. Number one is about the food. The second one is about the water, and the last one is about the energy. So whoever that you would like to put your stocks, you put your money, you put your effort, you put your education background, and you will align it with the energy sectors, this is the time. And the next things is the renewable energy. The energy transition right now is become the a big wave that happening globally. So being understand about what is the energy transitions, why renewable energy is important, why hydropower become part of this and can give us support in the energy transitions, it also become one of the very basic knowledge that we could get hopefully by this webinar. Again, related with the ASEAN Energy Youth Award, like Haja Siti said, that you are the future of our leaders. And I believe maybe when I got old, I got the grandchildren and happy in my home, I want to see that the future of the ASEAN as our regions is also become the very best place for the energy support. Hopefully, we'll get more fresh air, more sustainable, more affordable energy, and of course secure for our economic development and also our daily activities. I don't want to talk much, but we are very happy again. I have all of your. I don't want to say the number. I don't want to make you afraid, but more than 500 people are joining the event, and then we really happy if you have like any questions or any inquiries for the energy sectors can be addressed to our office or maybe to Sarawak Energy. And let's also join the SAREF in September 3 and 4 in one city named Kuching. I was there for twice, and it's very amazing area. You know Wakanda in Africa in the movie. We also have the very rich area in Kuching. So please come to the Wakanda in the regions. This is the best place for the food, for the people, for the activities. So again, thank you so much for also for my colleagues that have this event. Thank you so much. I think back to you, Shahira.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Adi, for the fun opening remarks to start this morning, to start this webinar. And before we move forward to the next agenda, which is the presentation, I would like to invite back Haja Siti and also Dr. Adi to open your camera, and then we will take a picture together.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. I hope. Sorry. I hope everyone is ready now. In a count of three. In 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wait a minute. Another one. In 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
My apologies, Shahira. I thought it was Putri earlier.
Actually, no issue, Bu, because her name is Shahira Narista Shah Putri, so still Putri there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bu
Alright.
Haja Siti.
Okay, now we'll move forward to the next agenda. May I welcome Senior Tony Ting Tiu Wong. He is the Senior Manager of Hydro from Sarawak Energy Berhad to deliver the presentation on hydropower development in Sarawak. So for Sir Tony, please, the time is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Good morning to everyone, and of course, thanks Putri, Shahira for introducing me. Putri also, right? And for today's, I'll be talking about the hydropower development in Sarawak and Sarawak is basically in Malaysia. Okay, I do believe that most of you know where is Sarawak, and we are in Sarawak Energies. Basically, we are wholly owned by this Sarawak governments, and we are established in 1921 with more than a century in operations. Our manpower is more than 6,000 at this moment, and out of 3 million population of Sarawak, we have account holders of 800 and 5,000 people. And in Sarawak Energy, we are having this vertical integrated power utilities, and it is our Malaysia largest renewable energy developer, where we will have our own power generations, transmission, distribution, retail, and export. If you would like to know more about the Sarawak Energy, there is a QR code at the bottom right there, where you can scan and have a view of this Sarawak Energy gallery. Okay, in Sarawak Energies, we are supported by global networks of top quality advisors, including IHAs, consultants, and bankings and strategic market advisors. And we are guided by this international best practice to ensure sustainable hydropower development, where we are guided by this hydropower sustainability standard protocols in our assessments to develop hydropowers to ensure the best interests of these local communities. At the same time, we want to make sure all the assets that we develop is constructed using the best practice. And basically, we are governed by this International Commission of Large Dams, so that everything is robust and built correctly. In Sarawak Energies, we are committed to this sustainable growth. Basically, even in hydropower, we are talking about sustainable hydropower. And our business practice are aligned to all United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, with a focus on 8 goals. And we are key members of IHA since 2010. We are co-member of a Global Reporting Initiative since 2016, and a member of United Nations Global Compact Network, Malaysia and Brunei since 2017. And we are also the Global Patron of the World Energy Council since 2024. To ensure this sustainability growth, we are using this hydropower sustainability tools, which is developed by this Hydropower Sustainability Alliance. All right. So, what is hydropower? Basically, in hydropower, we will have different types, where we call one of it is large storage. Okay. So, with the large storage, we will have big reservoirs. Beside this, the dams, and then we will have this water conveyance with the powerhouse to generate energy. And then we will have runoff river schemes, where the water, it came down, it pass through the assets straight away, and to generate all this energy. And on top of this, we will have mini hydro, which is a runoff river schemes, but it's on the smaller scale and with minimal pondage. And on top of all this, we'll have pump storage hydropower as well, which is fairly very much in the news recently due to this other renewable energy. For example, solar, wind turbines, and in Sarawak we have this CPS, which I will share later on. What is the CPS about? So this pump storage basically we know the solar power and some others renewable energy is intermittent, and they will need some energy storage so that we can use that extra energy during the non-peak hours. Okay. For conventional hydropowers, we will have these reservoirs where we store the waters, and then we'll have an intake when the water will pass through. And with this penstock, also which is of the water conveyance, it will pass through this powerhouse. In the powerhouse, we have a turbine where there's water will mobilize this turbine and it will turn. And at the same time, it will turn this generator and generate energy using this generator. And we'll have transmission lines, basically the power line, to evacuate the energy generated and distribute among all the consumers. And after that, the water will go into the rivers and downstream into the seas. In terms of cascading power source, we are talking about a set of hydropowers, conventional one, but on the smaller scales. We don't, inundate, we don't create too big storage so that we don't need to do resettlements, and we have a minimal impact to the environment, biodiversities, and the rest. So we can see that in a set of these cascading hydropower dam, so we have this water coming in, which will have generations level 1, at the site number 1, and then the water will continue into site number 2 and onward before it reach the sea. So this one is very good if we have mountainous areas, and we can instead of having a big storage, we just create a set of these hydropower schemes. Okay. For the pump storage hydropowers, we will have 2 reservoirs and a water conveyor system. Basically, we will have these upper reservoirs and the lower reservoir. If we want to, if during this intermittent energy generations like a solar, we know it's only in the daytime we have the energy. Any extra energies during the non-peak hours will be used to pump the water from this lower reservoir to this upper reservoir through this motor and this powerhouse. So during the night when there is no solar power, for example, we need to use the energy. We will use this water that we store at the upper reservoir, and we release it down using the same concept as a conventional hydropower into this generator and towards this lower reservoirs. And all these energies, incoming and outgoing, will be through this electricity transmission line going to these consumers, and it will be incoming from others power generations assets. And of course, when we talk about hydropower, we have a very nice view. You can see over here we have 2 different upper reservoir and the lower reservoirs, and this is called head of gully, the type of these combinations. And for this one, we'll have turkey nest when we have top of the hill, which we might chop off, and then we build reservoirs along the line to create the upper reservoirs. And then we have another reservoir downstairs. It could be a head of gully, it could be this turkey nest as well. And the other one is when we talk about sustainability, we always need to have a look at the mines area. When there is if there are the big mine, basically we need to decommission. So this can be planned ahead with this differential head mining method, and after that, when they want to decommission the mine, they can convert it into this pump storage hydropower. Okay, for Sarawak, our hydropower potentials have been identified since 1962, and we have been having a lot of follow-up studies in the 1980s, 1990s, and recent years. And from this study, we have identified more than 50 sites, small or large hydros, which have been amounting to more than 20,000 megawatt in total. And or among these, we have 13 sites with very high potentials of more than 7,000 megawatt. However, this development takes time, and at the moment, we only have 4 sites which are fully utilized with the generations capacity of 3,462 megawatt. So over here, we can see that all the identified hydropower potential in Sarawak, where there's Pakuns, 2,000 volts, Patang Ai, Murum, and the Kota 2 is already constructed and in operations, while this Baleh is currently in constructions. The rest of this one is under study, and basically it's a matter of time. If it is feasible and if it is found sustainable, we will look into it and develop it. For Patang Ai developed this hydropower plant. It was constructed and commissioned in 1984 with 94 megawatt capacity. And this is our first adventures into this hydropower electrics generations. After that, we have this Pakun hydroelectric plants, which was commissioned in 2011 for 2,520 megawatt capacities. And this is the largest in Sarawak, and even the reservoir area is about the size of Singapore Island. And this one is our third hydropower plant in Sarawak, which was commissioned in 2014 for 944 megawatt capacity. And at the moment, we are still constructing this Baleh hydropower, which was expected to finish commissioning by the Q4 of 2030 for 1,285 megawatt of installed capacity. To Sarawak Energy's, when we are talking about this sustainable growth, we are part of this Paris Climate Agreement, where we have this CO emission target to be within 2 degrees Celsius. And of course, for Sarawak Energy's, we are the first Malaysian company to sign pledge to this United Nations Global Compact with our ambitions for 1.5 degrees Celsius of pledge. And it is the first large corporation in Malaysia to receive this approved science-based target initiative. So we can see that before we embark this journey, we are having this 0.74 generations of CO2 per megawatt hour. And with the Pakun incorporations and Murum incorporations, we are reducing these carbon emissions. And we are now below this 2 degrees Celsius target of 0.35 CO2 emissions equivalent per megawatt hour. And our target is basically this 1.5 degrees Celsius with this 0.17 carbon CO2 emissions per megawatt hour. And hopefully we can achieve it soon enough with more hydropower coming into the system. And of course, with other renewable energy such as this CPS and with this solar. Okay, Sarawak Energy's sustainable hydropower journeys started way back in 2011 when we joined this AEYA partnership and we established our sustainability divisions. And in 2014, we have this our own internal assessment team, which comprised of 18 certified users. We need to take exam to be a certified users. And along the ways, we do an internal assessment to our Pakuns, our official assessment on the Baleh as well. And we are having this roadmap to have these hydropower sustainability standard certifications by 2030 as well. And at this moment, we have our own dedicated team in the sustainability, in the ESG, in the SEP power. And at the same time, we are doing our official certification assessment for Pakun hydropower. And of course, at the moment, we are supported by this internal assessment team with 5 accredited assessors registered under the ASEAN, and with these 29 provisional accredited assessors and 116 certified users at the moment. Right. So with the hope that everything go according to plan, we are having this official assessment of this Pakung hydroelectric plant, and hopefully we can get this certification soon. All right, that's all for me on this hydropower development in Sarawak, and I'm open to these questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tony, for the wonderful opening remark. Sorry, for the wonderful presentation on hydropower, and also introducing Sarawak Energy Berhad in Malaysia, in Sarawak. Since I believe we still have some time, maybe could you answer some question which we already received some here? Okay, so the first question coming from Muhammad Khaidir Aksan. The question is, can hydropower be used in the long term? So please, Mr. Tony.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I think that these questions, because we are looking, I think you have been exposed to the solar power when we need to replace the solar panel all the time. I mean, maybe in 15 to 20 years. In hydropowers, we are basically designing it for a lifetime. I mean, when we design it, it will be a minimum of 100 years. And of course, it can go beyond that. If we talk about dam itself, the longest dam which is still in operations, it is in Iraq. I think it was built more than 3,000 years ago. Yeah, it's still in operations. So this one, as long as we properly maintain it, we manage it in a sustainable ways, it can go very long time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tony. So let's move to the next question. The next question is, in the context of what has been faced, what kind of challenges has Sarawak Energy faced in converting this huge pile of water to renewable energy?
Yeah, of course, all the potential is there. Basically, it was feasible, but for Sarawak Energy, we are talking about sustainable development. I mean, a sustainable hydropower growth, where we have to look into this environmental, socials, not only economic, and basically we need to have a lot of FPIC, which is called free prior and informed consent. We need to get the consent from everyone on the ground before we go in and develop any hydropower. So it takes time to build any hydropower as well. Its construction period, we are talking about more than 5 years. And from the greenfield, basically from the zero, you know nothing until you finish construction, it could take 20 years. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tony. Let's move to another question. Well, I really appreciate everyone for the question. So, Mr. Tony, if you still have time, please stay with us for a moment. Next question coming from Ruben Spinola. So, asking on, is Sarawak Energy also export their electricity to neighboring countries?
Yeah, we have been exporting our energies to Kalimantan for a period. And at the moment, we are still in a negotiation for these export energies to Brunei and to this Singapore and many other areas. And of course, all this, the talk is still in the background, and hopefully we can get some agreements and start with the development of the asset.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tony. So I believe Sarawak Energy is a Malaysia entity, Malaysian company, where you also do business or export the electricity to neighboring countries as well. Okay,
Yeah.
last question. I'm not sure whether anyone can see the question. It's a pretty long question. So the last one. Many large hydropower plants have already been developed in Sarawak, and more are planned, more are coming. This project often involve forest clearance and changes to natural ecosystem. So the question is, considering the large scale of hydropower development already occurring in Sarawak, how are cumulative environmental impacts, especially those affecting biodiversity and forest ecosystem, being addressed in the planning and implementation of pump storage hydropower projects?
Okay, right. So this come back to the sustainable development at this moment. The last case, yeah, we talk about the deforestations, and environmental impact. We have been studying everything. We try to investigate with the cumulative impact assessment, which you have been doing now. I mean, what you mentioned there. Yeah, we are having this investigation in overall, and with the hope to find all the biodiversity's behaviors, and we try to set any corridors that we need to protect, and all our after we investigate, we screen through all these environmental, the endangered species, or the critical path, which is a no-go in this hydro select. Only then we see where are the available area for us to do our hydropower. Only at this suitable area that we will start with our this assessment and doing this development. So we try not to encroach any area with this biodiversity that will have a biodiversity impact, especially the endangered species. And we try not to do any resettlements as much as possible. Of course, it might not be fully possible to go without resettlement, but we try to minimize any of this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tony, for the wonderful answer and also presentation. We do still have a lot of questions. Hopefully we can address it by the end of the webinar. But for now, we will move forward to the next agenda. So thank you again, once again, Sir Tony. Hopefully to see you in another occasion. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Okay, now we will move to the second presentation. And now I would like to invite Dr. Zulfikar Yunaidi. He is the head of Energy Modeling, Policy and Planning, or the MPP department from ASEAN Centre for Energy. So for Dr. Zulfikar, please, the time is yours.
Thank you, Shahira. I hope you can hear my voice clearly. Let
It's clear.
me,
Yes.
yeah, let me share my screen, my slides. Okay, so I believe you are looking at my screen right now. So greetings from the ASEAN Center for Energy. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today's session. So it is a pleasure for me to join today with such a passionate group of youth, young leaders, and also change makers across the ASEAN. So my name is Zulfikar. I'm currently leading the Department of Energy Modeling and Policy Planning, or MPP, ASEAN Center for Energy. So the department is handling four pillars, basically. First is on the data and statistics. Second, in the modeling and outlook. But our department also deals with the economic and finance, as well as the socio cultural and also climate environment issues. So that's why our team have several works related with the youth, and allow us today to share with you a little bit different, less technical, but it's more on the roles of the youth in the ASEAN energy transitions. I believe that all of you are also know and interested in the ASEAN Energy Youth Award, which we in ASEAN develop as a platform to not only acknowledge the youth contributions, but also inspire and equip the future leaders for our region's energy transition. So please allow me to start by maybe quick introduction of the ASEAN Center for Energy. So ACE, or the ASEAN Center for Energy, we are the intergovernmental organizations that we basically represents the interests of the 10 ASEAN member states. And we serve as three roles, basically, as a catalyst for energy cooperations, as a knowledge hub, and as a think tank. So we, in these roles, we support all the 10 ASEAN member states to shape the region's energy future and ensuring that this energy future are secure, affordable, but also sustainable. And we are the implementing agency of the ASEAN Plan of Action for Energy Cooperation, or the APAEC. So this is the blueprints from the regional energy cooperations. And we are currently in the APAEC 2021-2025. So these APAEC documents that governs the ASEAN energy cooperation will end this year. And ACE, together with the 10 ASEAN member states, are currently working hard to develop the planning for the next 5 years, 2026, 2030. And this APAEC, we work not only in one sector of energy. So we are not only talking about electricity, we are not only talking about renewable energy. So we are covering 7 program areas that are comprehensive and all-encompassing from the various sectors of the energy. And these include the ASEAN power grid. So we are trying to connect all the electricity system across the ASEAN. Same in the oil and gas for the purpose of energy security. We are also developing what we call the Trans-ASEAN gas pipeline, not only on the actual pipeline, but also through the gasification and also regasification terminal. We also discuss, of course, about the clean coal utilizations, because it is still a fact that the high share of our energy is still coming from the coal. So we want to find out how we can utilize it in the cleanest way to decarbonize the coal. We also talk about the energy efficiency, in which we have a targets to reduce the energy intensity by 32% in the year of 2025 from the year of 2005. And we also, of course, have aspirational targets on the renewable energy to achieve 23% of renewable energy share in the energy primary energy mix, and in which hydropower, as explained by my colleague from Sarawak Energy before, will play a very huge role in ASEAN, coming from countries such as Laos, Cambodia, but also from Sarawak. But we also have a target of installed power capacity. 35% of those should come from the renewable energy by the year of 2025. We also have a program area for regional energy policy planning, in which we have the ASEAN Energy Outlook, we have discussions on the finance, we have discussions on the cross-sectoral energy climate, and in the new APAEC, we are going to start the discussion on the just inclusive energy transition, which include discussion on the gender, inclusivity, youth, and also other communities. Last but not least, we also have a discussions on the civilian nuclear energy. Of course, there is no nuclear power plants currently in the region, but you might have heard that countries such as Philippines, Indonesia, even Singapore and Malaysia are considering nuclear as part of their future energy mix, noting its important role as the base load generations and also clean energy generation. We believe that nuclear can play a role in the future. Now, moving to the ASEANs. I think you all know that the countries have a very fast economic growth. So we are, I think, one of the fastest growing regions in the world. Our economic and population is growing very fast, and this is reflecting quite clearly in the energy demand. In 2050, based on our ASEAN Energy Outlook, we estimated 260% of growth of the energy in the energy demand. And this is, of course, based on our baseline generations. But even in the other scenario in which we implement the energy efficiency, as I mentioned before, this first fuel, this low-hanging fruit will reduce the need of energy in the future. We are still seeing a very huge energy demand growing in the future. And we also see that the role of renewables will increasing, especially in the more ambitious scenario. For example, in our CNS, this is what we call the carbon neutrality scenario. Almost 70% of the energy in the primary supply will be coming from the renewable energy. We also see the importance of emerging technologies like industrial hydrogen, SAF, which is sustainable aviation fuel, will play a huge role. And when we have a huge electrifications also expected in this carbon neutrality scenario, we also need to decarbonize our electricity system, installing even more renewable energy coming from hydropower, geothermal, but also from solar, wind, ocean energy, and also nuclear. Now, what is ASEAN energy transition? So I think you have heard this word very, very often, the energy transition. Looking at the history, our energy use globally has undergone many transitions, right? In the past, for example, we see that most of the energy coming from either human power, so we just bring the stuff ourselves, we walk, or we fan ourselves for air conditioning, for example. But then it moves towards more like sometimes animal based energy. So it's basically coming from the physical of the human or animal, right? But then we move towards various form, and then we have this industrial revolutions, which basically driven by the utilization of coal and also steam power, in which we can utilize this energy in a bigger form, in a more sustainable form, and that we can also drive our economy moving forward. And then we also see that at some points, with the innovations of the electricity, the power grid, then it becomes like yet another revolution. So we shift a lot of our energy from steam into the electricity. And then we have the internet, we have all this energy. Now, instead of walking, we use the cars and then electric vehicle. Instead of fan ourselves, we have air conditioner, instead of and many parts. Instead of making our clothes and our things by hand, then we can use it factory and everything. So this is what we call the energy transition. And in the recent, in the 2000s, in the millennials, the transition is moving away from we are still using electricity and fossil fuel, of course, but it will be moving towards the cleaner form of the energy, right? So we call the latest energy transition is to shift from a carbon-intensive energy systems, what we have right now, towards a cleaner, low carbon, and a more sustainable way. And this is, of course, taking sources such as solar, wind, hydro, but also emerging technologies like nuclear, carbon capture, hydrogen, etc., right? It matters, of course, because all the countries in the world have these climate commitments to meet the NDC targets, to meet the net zero targets, to have a 1.5 degree Celsius increase of temperature compared to the Industrial Revolution era by the end of the century under the Paris Agreement. But at the same time, it's also important for our energy security and also economic opportunities. I think I missed to put it in the slides, but actually ASEAN as a whole, we are the net importer of oil. And soon we can become a net importer of gas, right? So this, and also these prices of gas, coal is fluctuating based on the geopolitical and everything. So if you want to secure our energy, shifting it towards the renewable resources that we have domestically and strengthening a regional cooperation will be the wise way to go. So energy transition is not only talking about sustainability, but also energy security, right? And we also mentioned before that in the previous slide, we have two targets on the energy cooperations, energy efficiency, and also renewable energy. And also to achieve that, and also beyond that, in ASEAN Economic Community, our target is, of course, to have a strong economic growth and an integrations of the market. So the energy transition is important to increase renewable energy share, but also at the same time, we also noted that we need to secure the investment and also financing required for this energy transition, right? As I mentioned in the 8th ASEAN Energy Outlook, we do have some studies. For example, we require up to $6 trillion for investment in the power sector alone between now and also 2050 to finance our carbon neutrality scenario. And at the bottom, I also mentioned before that in the new APAEC, we are currently have the new theme to advance regional cooperation in ensuring energy security, accelerate decarbonization, energy transition, basically, for a just and inclusive energy transition, right? So as I mentioned before, the roles of youth, you guys will be the one who is going to see what will be the future of energy in the 2050. I think it's very important for us to work towards that, right? So maybe you have heard about the ASEAN Energy Outlook. You can visit ACE website and download the documents, both the full documents and also the executive summary. But ASEAN Energy Outlook is the flagship publication of ASEAN in which we put the latest information of ASEAN energy status, but also provide a pathway forwards, right? And several highlights that we have is first, as I mentioned before, the demand is projected to increase 260% in 2050 under the baseline scenario. We also noted that the energy saving could reach up to 69% of reduction in the compared to the baseline scenario. And also we noted that the renewable energy is almost 70% in the carbon neutrality scenario in the year of 2050, and also the important role of the emerging technologies such as biofuel, battery storage, smart grids, carbon capture, and also blending hydrogen. The socioeconomic impacts, we actually estimated that the energy transition could create up to 6 million new renewable energy jobs. But at the same time, it might lead to 3.4 million fossil fuel jobs losses, right? Of course, it's a net positive, but we also need to think about how these job losses in the current fossil fuel can be managed properly so we can have an actual just energy transition. So this underscores the need for the youth to drive this smart energy, join the renewables, and champion fair and inclusive energy transition. So the youth, I think, to compete for a net zero and support our carbon neutrality strategy in ASEAN, so we need to invest in the youth as the strong human capital to develop a skilled, educated, and healthy individuals for energy transition. 1/3 of the population is the youth. Of course, the definition is different. The actual definition of the ASEAN is to 17 to 34. So I think some of our colleagues in here are still youth based on these definitions. But 1/3 of the ASEAN population is the youth, and it's expected to peak up to 200 million in the year of 2038. And then we also noted that human capital is a very strong economic growth, especially in ASEAN, shown by the strong positive correlation between human capital index and GDP per capita in ASEAN, right? But by 2050, we also assess that the population begins to aging, so shrinking its working age base and potentially narrowing the productivity. Therefore, it is very urgent for us to seize this golden opportunity to strengthen our human capital, our youth, so we can break free from the middle income trap. And in the future, when the population is aging, we are in the position of leading the global net zero economy. The youth is a very strong roles, especially in the decision-making process. And for example, Indonesia, for example, we recently had this election, right? And I think in the many countries in the regions, and the percentage of youth in the population is very high, right? So your voices will determine how this leadership policy making will be happening in the future in your own countries and in turns in ASEAN, right? The share of youth population 2024 in ASEAN is very high, 31%, even high in the world, higher in many countries, right? Even compared to China, very strong growing economy. So again, we mentioned that this age is 15 to 34, 35. And we also noted, but still a fact that in the government, in the parliament, still the high share is actually still coming from the older generation. So this probably need to change. But how to do that? Let's see that capacity building and awareness raising efforts will be very important so that the youth can understand the latest the latest trends, the issues, how to solve it, and then voice it as a proactive stakeholders, right? And then they can be in the position of co-leaderships with the policymaker, right? So and a more active role, and of course by advocacy involved in the policy agenda, so we can foster intergenerational collaborations. The opportunity for youth engagement is very high, as mentioned. Huge jobs will be created, up to 14 million jobs by 2050 if we accumulate the job across the years. And you can take part by filling the jobs in the growing renewable energy sectors. What you study, what you learn, your interests will be very important in this. Of course, for these jobs, for the policymaker currently is to create a proper educational system that can satisfy the needs in this growing renewable energy and clean energy sectors, to develop and apply skills in the emerging clean technologies. Of course, you might learn mechanical engineering, right? Electrical engineering. You can learn law, you can learn economics, then try to develop it and apply it more in the emerging clean technologies, right? and also to lead innovation in energy transition strategies, not only from the technology level, but on the business, on the economic, on the finance, right? And then we also try to shape the national and regional initiatives so we can support the youth engagement, as I mentioned before, education reform, the price-based training, and cross-border knowledge sharing, such as what we have today, right? So we also showed that based on several studies in UNESCO and also others, that young people are proving that sustainability and profitability can exist. Now, the challenges that you have, of course, there's still limited access to specialized skill and tech training, right? Because many of these technologies are still growing. Hydrogen, carbon capture, smart grids. It is still something that we try to introduce in the region. So therefore, there's still limited capacity in the region. But it doesn't mean that it's hopeless, right? ASEAN, through the ACE, for example, we do a lot of capacity building so that we can introduce this technology as early as possible, including to the youth. The practical experience might be limited. As I mentioned, the youth is very many, right? And there is not enough internships or trainings in the energy sector for you to have important industry-ready skills. Sometimes the funding barrier and your initiative is still limited in the startups and community energy projects. And of course, opportunity across ASEAN is unequal. You guys probably like have more access to internet. You have more access to the big companies in the cities, but people from the lower income rural area might have some challenges to be part of this energy transition. And last but not least, of course, the underrepresentations in the decision making, as I mentioned before, right? How we try to support the youth participation beyond energy sector, we do have the ASEAN Work Plan for Youth 2021-2025. It is guided by ASEAN Youth Development Index. So this is coming from another part of the ASEAN. As I mentioned, we do have the ASEAN Youth Development Index that assess what will be the level of development in youth in ASEAN, especially the engagement to the economy. And we see that the number is actually growing, but of course, there are homeworks that we still need to do. From the ASEAN Centre for Energy ourselves, we have several initiatives. One, we have the ASEAN International Conference on Energy and Environment, the AEYA. So this is the platform, the melting pot of the whole researchers in ASEAN, so including the youth from the university, and even if you're in the non-university, you can also still joining this. And we encourage you to contribute through paper submissions, especially if you can collaborate with other researchers in the field. That will be a very great opportunity. We also have the ASEAN Energy Youth Awards to increase the awareness of the energy transition and its issues, energy climate, on regional energy cooperation and the solutions. I forgot to mention in here, but we also have what we call the ASEAN Spark. So this is the accelerator program for the entrepreneurships in the clean energy. So if you do work on key and clean energy entrepreneurships startups, please feel free to reach out, and then we can send you the information so you can join our event, the ASEAN Sparks. My last slide, sorry that I talked quite a lot, but the way forward, why we are endorsing the new team in APAEC, focusing on the just and inclusive energy transition. So it is important to encourage the inclusion of youth. First, we want to encourage meaningful participation of youth and youth organization in ASEAN meetings, conferences, etc. So we are, for example, with this, we plan to have youth participation also in the ASEAN Energy Business Forum, for example, through our academic conference, to our competitions of AEYA, through our startups program of ASEAN Sparks. To expand the access to skill development, entrepreneurship, and leadership program, ACE, we do have an internship program. Currently, we have around like 22 interns in the office. So please feel free to check our website and join us to actually work on these activities. And to advance, of course, the cooperation and knowledge exchange between the stakeholders. We just signed an MOU with Sampurna University, for example, and through our various activities that I just mentioned before. So that's the end of my presentation. I'll stop here. Back to our MC, Shahira.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Zulfikar, for the insightful presentation, specifically on the region cooperation and also highlighting youth demography in ASEAN. Maybe I can address one question from the attendees here. The question is, talking about nuclear power, what are the challenges? And also, what challenges might ASEAN face in achieving its renewable energy targets by 2025, which is this year? And how can ACE help member countries deal with the energy crisis?
Okay, thank you. It's a lot of questions, but very important. I quickly click the Q&A. There are a lot of long, important questions. Hopefully, we can address it in this short time. But nuclear, of course, it has its challenges. Past experiences, we do have a lot of nuclear-related accidents, right? The latest one in the Fukushima. But the thing is, nuclear is very important because it has its footprints. It's actually quite small. So with the power plant, then you can generate high level of electricity. And there's also emerging technologies that we call the small modular reactor. So we can build renewable energy in a small unit instead of like gigawatts level, but also on the 100 megawatt level. So these technologies are keep evolving. And then, as you know, when you want to build nuclear power plants, they said you need like 10 years to build. Most of the part is to ensure all the governing framework is in place, right? So you need to have your NEPIO, for example. So this is the national organizations that handling this nuclear, and then you need to get a check approval by the international organizations, which is IAEA. You need to ensure the waste treatment is being properly made, etc., etc. And then you can build your nuclear plant, which might take like 3 to 4 years. So there are a lot of processes being in place to ensure that the nuclear is as safe as possible. And it also happens, like in the whole around the world, like French, in the US, China, they have a lot of nuclear. China is building like hundreds of gigawatts of nuclear power plants every year. So it's a secure. But the problem is there is a lack of awareness that the nuclear is the safe and the solution for the future. People think when you're nuclear, okay, it's accidents, it's radiations, it's Fukushima. They can even think like it's Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So it's also an important role for ACE to improve this public acceptance and awareness on the nuclear, which I believe the youth can also help, right? Another questions, I think, on the targets in the 2025. In terms of renewable energy, I have to be frank that we are probably not going to achieve our targets in renewable energy in whole power supply, in energy supply. In installed capacity, we are currently 33% out of 35% of our target this year. So we are quite optimistic that we'll achieve. But in overall energy, it's not yet. So we are like 16% out of 23%, right? And the issue is because renewable energy is not only about installing more solar and wind and hydro, but it's also how you decarbonize our transport sector, our industry sector, which are the two most energy intensive and also emission intensive sectors in the energy. So how we shift our transport, currently 90% from oil to electric vehicle, maybe to some extent hydrogen vehicle, and to biofuel through the biofuel blending in diesel and also in gasoline, right? That's our role. So basically to first to state the fact, okay, this is where we are, to provide with the pathway, okay, this is where we need to go if you want to achieve your target, and also to support in this pathway. So in policy, in introducing the emerging technologies, and to some extent, we also try to build the finance. We are currently doing feasibility study for interconnections. We have one projects that finance the energy efficiency in industry, etc., etc. Did I miss any questions? I hope I don't, but
Yeah, maybe last question, maybe just a short, like a mini statement on how can ACE help member countries deal with the energy crisis? Maybe
right, energy
highlight
crisis. Yes, yes.
Yeah, the role of ACE, like what ACE is doing with the member states.
Yeah, energy crisis is well, energy is up and down, right? We have a crisis many times, but our role is to make the countries ready on that by building a strong regional-based energy. So that's why we are pushing quite a lot in the ASEAN power grid on oil and gas interconnectivity, because like when we have a strong as an ASEAN regions, so when something happens, there are several benefit of this. First, we can leverage our population, our economy as a ASEAN better if Cambodia, for example, want to survive towards energy crisis. So strengthening this will be very important. Another one, as I mentioned, is to strengthen our capacity, right? So when the people is aware, they are capable, not only on the policymaker, but also for the youth generation, such as yourself, then you can be more ready on the energy crisis. So we make energy system in ASEAN that are more secure, more resilient. That will be the job of ASEAN, advising ASEAN member states in strengthen our energy system.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Dr. Zulfikar, for answering the question. We do still have a lot of questions, but due to limited time we do have today, maybe hopefully we can share it at the end of the webinar, or maybe if you have further questions, you can email to us as well. Once again, thank you, Dr. Zulfikar, for the insightful presentation and for participating for today. And now we will move forward to, I think, the most anticipated presentation from all of you to get to know more about the 5th ASEAN Energy Youth Awards. So let me welcome Putri to deliver the presentation for this year AEYA. So Putri, please, time is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Mbak Syahira. So good morning, everyone, and warm greetings to all the participants. And hopefully today you still awake and bear with me. This is the last presentation for today's webinar. So my name is Putri Aprilia Maharani from the ASEAN Centre for Energy under the Business Development Unit. So without further ado, let me walk you through to my presentation to show the whole details of the ASEAN Energy Youth Awards. Hopefully my presentation is visible. So in today's presentation, I would like to walk you through on this table of content within the general details of the AEYA and the application process and what we are looking for in the participants and how can your idea can be showcased. And lastly, we also want to take a closer look.
Hello, Putri. From outside, I think we cannot hear you. I mean, I myself cannot hear. And also, I see Mr. Tony also saying the same.
Okay, am I audible?
Now I can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zulfikar, for reminding. So perhaps I will start again with this introduction about the AEYA. So this year, as we continue to highlighting the youth contribution in this to driving the energy transition. This year, as the 5th edition, AEYA is jointly co-organized with the ASEAN Centre for Energy and with the Sarawak Energy, which in collaboration with the Sustainability and Renewable Energy Forum, or SAREF 4.0, as one of the most anticipated renewable energy forum in our region. So this award aims as the platform, as mentioned before, to raise awareness of the youth on the regional cooperation of hydropower, specifically, and to also renewable energy for youth in contributing and shaping the ASEAN Plan of Action on the next phase, or the APAEC. As it also strengthened the ASEAN energy transition under the Malaysia's ASEAN chairmanship in 2025, so which bring the energy theme of the powering ASEAN bridging boundaries, building prosperity, the shared commitment between the Sarawak Energy and also the ASEAN Centre for Energy, which in the same commitment in advancing the cross-border energy connectivity and hydropower innovation, which to reinforce the ASEAN long-standing vision for the integration of the APG. The AEYA also bring the theme of the powering ASEAN future, youth innovation in hydropower and renewable energy. So the AEYA is also the part of the ASEAN Energy Awards, which this year in 2025, we have like a list of the other category, but for the youth, only for the fifth AEYA, you can contribute. And the ASEAN Energy Awards itself is the Southeast Asia highest reward to recognize the contribution in energy development, traditionally focused on public-private partnership. So the objective of this award is to bring the awareness, as mentioned before, to participants of youth to promote of the APAEC and SAREF 4.0, and to encourage the participation of the youth in expressing their perspective and innovation idea to enhance energy accessibility and affordability sustainability. And the third one is to engage the youth sector by using their creativity and innovation, which elevate into the public eye on the clean energy and to enhance on the community building and also the sustainability of the environment. So this is the category of award that we have for this year's AEYA, which a bit different from the previous AEYA that we have. So we have a three category in AEYA 2025, which divided into two tracks, which is the first one is the creative advocacy track, and the second one is the innovation lab track. As you may also have seen in the guideline, we have infographic poster and also a video challenge as the competition for the creative advocacy track, which is can be participated for only one person each. So the infographic, we expect the applicant to design a visual that compelling to showcase the hydropower role in ASEAN region, especially for the sustainability of the future. So we will be using the format of portrait for the infographic poster. And we also open if you would like to have like the second page for the infographic, but we encourage you to have only one page for the infographic. And then the second, we have video as the competition. We expect the applicant to produce a 3-minute video highlighting a hydropower project to show the impact of this project itself, like the what's the power plant that have the solution on also the youth lab that can enhance this renewable energy solution. And we will gonna use the format landscape for the video, and also the language both will be using English. And for the video, you will need to submit on using the private link on YouTube that can be accessible to our email video@aseancentereforenergy.com. And then for the innovation lab track, we have a policy pitch, and this is a team-based format, and you can have like maximum of 3 people in this competition, which we expect this competition for you to develop the innovative policy idea, which you can recommend to, and what area that you want to enhance on the hydropower sustainability, or to promote regional renewable energy collaboration. So you may want to know about the format of this policy pitch. So currently we not having the specific format for the structure of this policy pitch recommendation, and you can feel free to put any structure from the summary and the bullet points of the recommendation and the background, but it's no more than 100 words, excluding the reference and the footnotes. So the qualification that can apply to this award, you must be the ASEAN citizenship that ages between 15 to 35 years old, and the awards open to enroll high school and university colleague, which can be consist of the fresh graduate, bachelor degree or master degree or even PhD student, and that also can apply into the young professional option in the submission form. And then the fourth qualification, you must only apply for one category, and the category for the policy pitch, you can apply for either individual or group or group-based team with the maximum of 3 people. And one team can be comprised into multiple of ASEAN countries. And the last qualification, the previous winner and runner-up are not allowed to submit entries to the same category, but you can submit on the different category. For example, you want to submit for, you were submitting for video, and in this award this year, you can submit for the infographic or the policy page. And then next, we have criteria and distribution of scores. So we divided the criteria into 3. The first one is the substance and creativity, which is value, the scores is 50% for the message that you portray on the work you do, which are straightforward, related to what you experience in what you seen as the regional of the hydropower itself, on the relevancy also of the theme of the AEYA itself, and the originality, it's to 20% that the work has not been published anywhere. So we really encourage you to take a look on this criteria and distribution of scores for you to know more, and how can we evaluate on the submission, so that you can expect more into like have like a perfect structure that we expect. So second, and the next is we have 5 rules. So as previously mentioned, the previous winner cannot allowed to submit. And second, the applicant shall submit their work in the submission form, and we are not receiving any email submission for this for all the competition. And the third rules, we require the applicant to follow and subscribe to ASEAN Centre for Energy and Sarawak Energy social media. And the fourth rules, for your submission, you must not use of violent sexism and any inappropriate content such as smoking or other vices, including messaging deemed to advocate curtailment of the right, which will be disqualified. And the last rules that we have is to avoid plagiaristic content, because we will skimming through all your submission, and we are not, it's prohibited for you to also quoting statement without the author consent. And then the evaluation will be evaluated by the board of judges. which the Board of Judges shall complete and verify the overall tally sheet with the signature affixed in this BOG. It consists of the Board of Judges from the ASEAN Centre for Energy, and then a Sarawak Energy representative, and then also the academic expert and the environmental NGOs. While on the copyrights side, we have intellectual property reminds with you to submitting you that you agree ACE and Sarawak Energy may use your work for outreach, promotion, or policy reference with full credit given you as the author or the team. So this is perhaps after the evaluation, we will select each of the category is three. The BOG will select three awardee, which consists of the first winner, the first runner-up, and the second runner-up. So in total, we have 9 awardee that will be presenting at the Sustainability and Renewable Energy Forum, SAREF 4.0, which hosted at the CCK in Kuching, Malaysia on 3 to 4 September 2025, where you will need to showcase your work ideas regionally. So we will invite 1 person each of the winners and runners-up to present at SAREF in Kuching. So we will expect you to be ready for the this also that we will have 3 prizes, which the cash prize for the first winner you will get the $1,000, and the first runner-up will get the $750, and the second runner-up will get the $500. So for the policy pitch, you may need to pick one of your team member that will be flying to Kuching to present your team work at the SAREF itself, which the accommodation and the flight and also the allowance will be included and will be facilitated by the organizer. And the last one is the certificate that you will get the official certificate endorsed by ACE and Sarawak Energy. And then this is the timeline that is the next step after the webinar masterclass. We will have, I think, around 2 or 3 weeks before the submission deadline, which we won't be extending. So it will be sharply on 31 July. And then we will evaluate and scoring by the BOG for the selected that we already see the skimming of the plagiarism and all the requirements between 1 until 15 August. And then after we have evaluate by the BOG, and then we will announce the winner and the runner-up. Apologize, but we will just announce for the awardee. So we won't be announcing for the winner and the runner-up. So on the 20 August, we will just inform you about the you will get the change to go to SAREF to Kuching, which is you will present your work there. But on this 20 August, you will also need to submit form of the consent that you are willing to go to Kuching on the 3rd until 4th September. And perhaps it's like we also gonna discuss with the awardee whether on the arrival it's on 2 or on after 4th September. So after that, the winner will be announced and will be lastly scoring on the SAREF on the 3rd to 4th September. So this is the slide that I mentioned before about the previous ASEAN Energy Youth Awards that we have held before, which is the first one actually from 2020. And through the years, we are committed to organize this youth competition to give the opportunity for the youth to join us and to express their innovation idea for the hydropower for the energy advancement. So we mostly receive for about 385, the most submission that we have in 2023. And if you would like to also look on the previous submission of the video, you can go through the ASEAN Centre for Energy YouTube channel, and you can also scanning this QR code. And this is before I end my presentation, I would like to address several questions that mostly of you asked on the email and on the registration inquiry or on these our social media. And the first question, can employee of the involved organizer participate? Yes, as long as they are not directly involved in the organizing committee or judging process, you can participate on the competition. And then the second, what are the required specifications for the infographic or poster? You must be following the requirement guideline that you can access on the submission on the guideline on the submission form, and the infographic poster must be on the portrait format. So the third question, what is the format for the policy page? The format, we do not have like the specific format for the policy page, but you can follow the maximum of the 1,000 words that exclude the reference and the footnotes, and you can use the APA style as well. And then the fourth question, if I don't have an ID card, what should I submit? You can submit by using the passport or the student card that you can put the PDF into the submission form. And you don't need to worry about the data that you submit, because it's privately accessed by only the IT and the organizing committee. So we won't be using your information to any other outside the external matters. And then the fifth question, if I cannot attend SAREF, can I still receive the special prize? Unfortunately, we cannot. You cannot claim the prize for the special trip to SAREF, because this is to present and for us to arrange as well for your travel and etc. But if you would like to still present, try to accommodate the hybrid with Sarawak Energy support, whether they can still present, that still can receive the same scoring criteria, the same as the one that attend SAREF. And the sixth question, will a recording of the masterclass be available? Yes, we will share this recording for the registrant, and perhaps can also publish on YouTube. And the seventh question, am I eligible if I'm turning 15 or 35 years old this year? So you must turn 15 on the submission date on the 31. So we cannot accept if you are still not turning 15 before the submission deadline. So on the 35 years old, it's the same as well. So the last question, can individual living outside Southeast Asia can apply? As long as you are ASEAN citizenship, you can apply wherever you are residential, the same as with the ASEAN countries resident applicants. So I think that's it, my presentation. If you would like to join the fifth AEYA, simply scanning the QR code here. And you can also scanning to the QR code and register to the link. And we really encourage you to register early So for us to review your entries, and so this is your change to contribute to a meaningful idea and be recognized across the ASEAN. So on behalf of the ASEAN Center for Energy, thank you so much for your attention and enthusiasm. We look forward to receiving your submission and hopefully seeing you at SAREF 4.0 in Kuching this September. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Putri, for the presentation on the fifth AEYA, the fifth ASEAN Energy Youth Awards, on its guideline, what are the categories and what are the rules and the prize and others. Hope it also clarifies some question we received here, and we have answered also some of it. Maybe. Okay, maybe Putri, do you want to look at the questions and then and see if there's anything that you want to answer directly?
Okay. So I've seen should all of this will be directly into the PDF section.
Or maybe I can address one between the questions. Okay, so the first question. Can I resubmit my work results that have been collected because I just attended the meeting today? It turns out there is a provision that I just heard about here. So, I mean,
So perhaps the canvas size that should be used.
which one do you want to answer first?
Oh, sorry. I thought like okay. Can you repeat the one that we want to answer?
Yeah. So the question is, can I resubmit my work results that have been collected because I just attended the meeting today?
Oh, okay.
It turns out there's a provision that I just heard about here.
For the submission, as long as it's not yet touching the deadline, you may resubmit your submission because we will still open the opportunity for anyone who still want to submit. And the reason why we organize this webinar is to explain more detail. And for you, if you want to resubmit again, feel free because we will still looking at your name. And please be sure to also put the same ID card that you were submitting before.
Okay. So you want to answer the other question?
So I think I'm going to answer the early question before. The canvas size for the infographic will be the portrait, but we are actually not having the specific size length for it. So as long as you use the infographic size that have the portrait size, it should be okay.
Yeah, and also maybe for consideration, we're gonna print for the awardees that selected and selected to fly to SAREF. We're gonna print your submission and then show it at the SAREF, so maybe that can help you to decide on the size as well. Okay, maybe any other questions that you want to address?
Perhaps will you provide format or guide structure for the infographic? You can refer into the link in the submission form on the guideline. So that's the only requirement that we ask. And we will also share with you on this presentation later. And also we currently working on the website for the AEYA. So we will also inform you later on our social media. And also the frequent asked question will be posted as well. And if we have any other demand towards the format or any other structure, you may just follow on the guideline that already been shared and about the presentation that I already present before. So how many files are we allowed to upload for the infographic? So it's only one for the file that we accept. And the specification can be also seen before, I think around 2 until 3 megabyte, if I'm not mistaken, before, but you can refer again to the guideline. And the question continuing with the should the content be presented in a single large slide, or can it be divided into multiple slides? Yes, it can be divided maximum with the two pages. But we encourage the applicant to put the information in the main pages. So the second page will only for the additional information of the infographic. So it's it's similar to Instagram carousel format as well. And we will print out and we will bring into the SAREF for you to present. Is it permissible to include animated elements in the infographics, such as moving water or rotating water wheels? Yes, from the previous AYA, we and on this AYA, as mentioned before, we encourage you to show the visuals of your idea and your solution on renewable energy and the youth innovation on the hydropower plants. And so you can show the elements such as moving water or anything. You're not needed to require to include specific logos such as organizer logo. As long as your submission follow the theme and the message that you want to share, and also the originality that you haven't published anywhere and not copying to any other author, you can feel free to not include our logo into the work. And then if so, where can we access the official version of the logo? So no need, yeah. When and where will the submission form be posted or given? We already posted in ASEAN Sarawak Energy social media platform, and you can access through our social media to perhaps to SAREF website. You can find the section of AYA, and you can find the link on the submission form and as well as the guideline. So perhaps
Okay, maybe
can
I will-
move to the technical the question, or perhaps Dr. Zulfikar or Silkom.
yeah, I think most of the questions are for the youth awards for the AEYA. So let me continue on answering some question here. Okay, so can one person join more than one category? The answer is cannot. So one person only eligible to submit one submission on one category only. As young professional, could I send more than one policy page with different themes? Unfortunately, cannot, because we only allow one person for one category, and we're gonna choose the latest work that you submit through our form. Can we see the previous infographic for inspiration and references? Yes, currently we are preparing the website under ACE website to show the previous awardee. So once it is available for public, we will also update on our social media. So make sure to follow our social media for update. Okay, so for the fifth questions, is the one, if I cannot attend SAREF, will the winner still claim the prize? Yes, you can still claim the cash prize, but for the prize on your trip to SAREF, unfortunately, we cannot, if you cannot attend, then we cannot give it to you in terms of money or anything. But for the present, if you're selected and you cannot come to SAREF, we will arrange the necessary arrangement for you to present your work at SAREF.
And about the question of if okay, I think Elmira will be answering this question. I'll move on to the other question. Perhaps where can I see the previous winners projects? So currently we are only publishing the video challenge from the 2020 until the 2022 submissions from the awardee. So you can go through ASEAN Center for Energy YouTube channel to look out on the video submissions.
Okay, can the team conceive various students from different university? Yes, you can, as long as the students are ASEAN nationalities.
I will continue on the question on can the document of the policy pitch have to be a plain white background document, or are we allowed to put some graphic design like color and shapes on the background? You can integrate the chart or the statistic onto the document file. And also about the shapes, you may as well as put and also the graphic design as well, but we won't be scoring that specific graphic design, but we are only on the policy page as on the data mentioned before. We only scoring on the message on the policy recommendation that you recommend that is never been published before.
Okay, yeah, maybe okay, I'm not sure whether everyone can see the answer question. I mean, whether it's open for everyone, but maybe if you have questions before asking it to the webinar, maybe you can see first whether we have answered the same like question or not. Okay, maybe answering is it possible for those who will nominated as champions to be represented by someone else to come to Sarawak? Unfortunately, not. If you submit your submission, if you submit your work only by yourself, then it should be you who present your work at SAREF at Sarawak. But if you are a team consists of three, we will only we will only give or we will only facilitate one person to fly to Sarawak, to SAREF. But if you want to fund it by yourself, then you can do it. Then we will arrange the necessary arrangement. Okay, can we get the previous winner SI for a reference, maybe? Yes, we will include it on ACE website once it is available. We will update it on our social media. So we can resubmit with the same title as a revision of our previous work, but we cannot submit a different title. And what was taken was the last delivery. Okay, yes. So you can submit as much as you well, not as much as you want, but maybe if you have revision till the deadline, you can still submit it. But once the deadline is closed, we're gonna take the latest submission from the same person or the person or the same name. Yes, currently we okay. So for answering the question, by when will previous winners be available online? I hope it will be posted soon to provide ample time to be inspired. Yes, currently we are still working on it. Hopefully by next Wednesday, it's already available. Okay, are there any policy pitch reference that we can follow or should look out for? Since this year is the first competition we open for policy pitch, so we open for everyone to use your creativity. We do not have the template. We only have the theme, so we leave it to everyone. So you can maximize your creativity here for your submission. Okay. So for the style of reference and footnote, it will be APA style, right? APA style, yep.
So for team policy pitch, winner and runner-up must be presenter, or any one of the member can be sponsored or to go to SAREF. So I think
So for the team, we only facilitate one person to go to present and fly to SAREF. It should be one of the members that is registered on your submission.
and perhaps if the other member want to also go, but you still need to present alone, and but your friend can perhaps joining, and we still perhaps can discuss with the host on the SARF letter on the awardee announcement.
Okay. Hi, just to confirm, does each person need to submit the form individually, or is it enough if only one representative submit it on behalf of the group? Maybe Putri, can we share the form? So at the form, we ask for the team submission. We ask 3 names. So at the submission form, you need to write down all of your team members' name, and then we will, if you ask about the price for the trip to SAREF, then we will only give support for one in between those 3 names.
Yeah, I already sent the registration form. You may take a look on the chat alone for the link. So for this webinar, all the participants that attend will receive a certificate of participation, and as well as the awardee that will also receive the certificate on the each of the category from the previous that mentioned before.
Okay, so answering the question, the structure of the policy pitch. Do we need to include an abstract, main content, and conclusion? Yes, correct. We are expecting a full format of the policy pitch in an essay format, and 1,000 word limit is for the whole essay. So the 1,000 word limit includes the abstract, main content, and also conclusion.
And then I'll try to answer the question for the winner who present. Is it only policy pitch or for all category? For the present on the awardee will also be with the other category, but they will just show the video challenge, the video submission that they have submit, and also the infographic which just present as well. So please expect to also give a presentation for the other category outside of the policy page.
Okay,
And
maybe
will,
I add
for the
on.
video, we will present, but perhaps the one that more need to be present is on the policy page.
Okay, I think we'll move forward to the next question. For the video category, can I share the video in my social media too? Because I think this video can inspire many people. Thanks. For this question, yes, you may share your video in your social media, and you can tag Sarawak Energy and SCE social media. And then, Shahira, do you want to go through the next question?
Yes, thank you. Okay, yes, thank you, Amir. Apologies if we cannot hear you previously. If you have, okay. Okay, I think there's one. Let me check. Okay, answering one here, and just to confirm, do we need to develop innovative policy ideas to enhance hydropower sustainability or promote regional renewable energy collaboration, or do we need to include those topics both in our essay? So for the policy pitch, not only for policy pitch, for every submissions, we encourage you to follow our team, which include the the big two team is hydropower and also regional cooperation. So on your submission, you need to highlight those topic, the hydropower, sustainability, and also regional renewable energy collaboration. Maybe more on like for the policy page, maybe if there is like a policy that can encourage hydropower sustainability to be applied all over the region for regional cooperation. I hope it answers your question.
I will try to answer a question about the if my team has three, do we need to register individually? For the team, you can submit one of the team member on the registration, but we are fine if you would like to register individually, since we still only be evaluating the last submission that you have submit before the deadline. So the name of the member will be also can be seen by us as well.
Okay, maybe I will share on the submission form. Yep. Okay, so here is the registration form. This is the introduction of the Youth Awards, the AEYA, and also the categories for the awards, and then the prize, the deadline, and here is the guideline that we attach here. So maybe you can also look for like the format of the infographic poster, and also here you can see the format for the video, and also the file name, and also here for the policy pitch, format is PDF, and then language English, and with this format, file name, and also here the criteria for the score. So 50% is substance and creativity. So here we include creativity and substance. So creativity maybe for the video and also for infographic is more on how you can present in a creativity way. So whether it's colorful enough, or is it clear enough, and also is your point is reflected clearly through your submission. And on the relevance and adherence for the team, so we look at whether the submission is relevant to the team or not. And then the originality here, we want to see, of course, we encourage originality for your submission. So if we see like there is some repetition, or maybe your submission with other submission might look alike, it will also affect the originality distribution of score. And so here the rules, evaluation, and copyrights, like follow social media for ACE, and also Sarawak Energy, and some rules here maybe you can also read. And also I think Putri already highlighted the rules here. Copyrights, and here the registration, which if you scan the code or you click the shortcut here, it directs to the form that I will share to you here. The price, and also, oh sorry, it is the amount of the awardee. So each category will have 3 awardee. The cash prize, the prize for SAREF, and also certificate, and the awardee announcement will be at SAREF. And also here the timeline. And this is the detail for today's webinar. We will share the recording and also the presentation file with consent from the presenter, of course. And here at the submission link, you can put your full name. If you are a team, you can submit the first name, and then email that we can contact, and also gender, date of birth of the first person, nationality, your address, and then phone number, school, university, institution, or organization. For students, you can put it your school or university, and for young professional, maybe you can put here your current organization or company, or if you are fresh graduate, maybe you can put your latest education. Current status, here individual or group, and you can choose. And then here, if you are a group, we are expecting you to submit all 3 national ID in one file. So we need the national ID to see whether you are the ASEAN citizenship or not. You can compile, if you're a group, you can compile all of your members' national ID and put here in one document. And it also applies for the curriculum vitae. To include all curriculum vitae of your member and then put it in one document here. And also, since we want to check your whether you are following the rules for our youth awards, we need to check your social media here. If we are a team, do we need to have all the 3 social media?
We actually for the team base, you can still submit your team member as well for us to track because as we also receive the ID card, we want to make sure as well all the participant for all the category, whether you were only the team member or the team leader, you must still submit for all the requirements. So it's basically you require whether you are team-based or individual, so it must be the same scoring as well.
Okay, wait, let me fill in my details to continue on the form. Maybe Putri, if there's any questions that you want to address while waiting for me.
Okay. So I think Shaira can perhaps also help if I still haven't answered perfectly on this question regarding the example where input or proposal from ACE were taken into account by nations and implemented in their respective country. So as mentioned before that this fifth AEYA is under the ASEAN Energy Awards 2025, which it will be combined as well with the other category. So the specific on these whether that the recommendation were put into account or not will be confidential as well if whether this is the document for each of the country from the ASEAN. So we just can share perhaps your work and to publish your work so that we can have the outcome of the objective that we mentioned before, to give the awareness to the public eye, and then to help to support the development of the ASEAN Energy Plan of Action, Energy Cooperation or APAEC, and to also give awareness during the SAREF 4.0 as well.
Okay, maybe I want to continue on the form. Okay, here, if you click here on the group, it will also show the box that you need to fill in. For group, you can put your team member name 1, 2, 3, and then fill in, then continue next. Oops. All right. Okay, so here, which category, and then put title, and then put your work, and then please click on the consent on rules. And then if everything is done, and then you can click save here. So here for policy pitch, you can submit in PDF file, and do not forget to put the name of the PDF following the template for the name. And also you can put the title here. For infographic, I think also the same infographic, name of the infographic, and then PDF with the name of the format. And also for video here, since to make sure that the quality that we receive the best quality of your video, So if you click video here, you can put the title of your video and then submit your video. Maybe you can make it something like you put it on the Google or any platform. You can put it on YouTube and then set the link for private, or you can put it on the Google Drive and then share with us the Google Drive link. So we do not receive the video in MP4 format here through the form, but we will receive the link for the video through the form. Okay, I think I already addressed it for the submission form. May we check whether we still have any questions?
I think that's it for the question of the detailed requirements.
Yeah, hopefully through this webinar, you can get on our expectation on your submission, since we have the presentation from Mr. Tony on hydropower and also from Sarawak Energy. And also on the second presentation, we received a presentation from Dr. Zulfikar as the representative from ACE to deliver highlighting the youth demography in ASEAN, and also what ACE is doing and what is the regional cooperation that we are doing at ACE. Hopefully from the presentation from both people this morning can also give inspiration to you, and also have influence you on how we are expecting for the submission to be. Okay, yeah, hopefully through this webinar we can answer we can address the questions, your concerns. If you have further questions, you can also email it to us to bdu@aseanenergy.org. And also once the previous awardees work is done on our website, we will also announce it on our social media as well. So please stay tuned on our social media on ACE and also Sarawak Energy social media for any updates. And okay, I saw here Dr. Zulfikar still wants to answer the question through type. So yeah, our panelists also have addressed and answer your question through the typing as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone, for the questions and also for answering the question. Yeah, I think I will conclude today's webinar. If there is anything I missed, maybe from Elmira, you want to say something from Sarawak?
Hi, Shahira. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity for Sarawak Energy to work closely with SEE to organize the 5th editions of ASEAN Energy Youth Award 2025. And to all the students, young professionals, if you're interested to join, please join the 3 categories that you're passionate with. I think that's all from me.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Elmira. And also it's also our pleasure to work together with Sarawak Energy to bring this youth award this year, and also expand the prize, and also expand the age range as well, to give us like a more perspective, more new, fresh perspective on the regional cooperation on hydropower. So yeah, everyone, thank you so much. That concludes for today's webinar, and we are looking forward to receiving your submission. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.